Good afternoon, viewers. 18-footer racing, Sydney Harbour, Sunday, 8th of November 2020. I'm Andrew Buckland on Camera Cat today with James Fury driving, Michael Shipman directing, two new names at the back of the bus, Jono Camleitner and Annie McGeehan, respectively Ronan and Drone Observer, and under the command of Captain Jono Whitty, AeroMedia. Jimmy, beautiful little Sydney Harbour day. Been pretty frisky the last week or two, yes?
Mate, I had to go hunting for the sun cream this morning for the first time on the Camera Cat, so beautiful day. Still a bit chilly.
For the viewers, a very strong low pressure cell been annoying us for a week, and it's now scarpered off towards New Zealand, but it delivered sort of 25 to 30 here yesterday, and that's now gone away to a fading southeasterly, which has got a fair bit of flick to it. And the synoptic situation, the middle of the high is now south and east of Sydney, which is a little unusual on the New South Wales coast. And we're expecting the breeze to fade and rotate. So, Jimmy, the committee's given us 1.2 mile beat, just a two-lapper. Big premium on accuracy and handling, yep.
Breeze keeps lifting off down here, Bucko. Keeps coming and going.
Yeah, the usual problems on the leeward shore here against the wooded western shoreline of the harbour. The extra friction from the tall trees and the hillside really suppressing the breeze as you get close to this start line, which is only laid, you know, it's just laid out of the shipping channel essentially, but 100 odd metres off the shore. And so the beat is up into Rose Bay, and the strongest wind would be expected on the left edge against the Nielsen Park side. And as we're sitting here, the course axis is about 130, but the breeze closer to 150 or 155 right now. And so quite volatile. Cold air over warm water, always a bit spiky in our experience indeed. Shout out to our American friends, a bit of victory for you guys overnight. We understand the Trump stain might have been removed to be applauded, I think, Jimmy.
I think the only one not applauding might be Eddie Nichols, having to cough up some money.
Yeah, we've won some money off a few of our mates over at Manly on that one. Team of the week, also including the Mighty Wallabies, scraped out one against the All Blacks.
That was incredible.
Yep. And in rugby union, for those of you who...
Yeah, the director's in our ear now, just threatening to cut us off, I think. He wants us to talk about sailing or something.
Okay, we're going to talk about sailing, fair enough. All right. So, viewers, again, this is a sort of a handicap race where the handicaps are unwound by spacing of the windward mark. So the fastest group of boats, which includes Tech 2, Finport, the Oak Four Pines, Andu and Shaw & Partners, and Winning Group, go to the most distant mark. The middle group, which includes Smeg, Appliances Online, Dragon Famish, The Kitchen Maker, Lazarus Capital Partners, and Oak Sailing, go to the middle of the three top marks. And the third group, what we used to call the long handicap boats, Yandu, Birkenhead Point, Fintech, Ilvi, Noakes Blue and Bird and Bear, go to the most proximitous mark to the start line. So that unwinds the handicap. Now in those groups, Jimmy, we think that it might be an okay day for the likes of Noakes Blue, Bird and Bear and Yandu, yep?
100%. Like Dougie lays all our marks and everything. He came past us just before we went live saying they've spread the marks out quite a fair distance up in Rose Bay. So I think the guys that are going to, effectively the guys that are on the closer mark on that blue mark, they'll be odds on, I think, today.
Yeah, no, the club officials had been anxious that the marks weren't being laid sufficiently distant from each other. So anyway, so the scratch boat kept winning, which was Tech 2, and they do lead the spring
they're
points
blowing
score.
Everyone's handicap right out the door. So
that's right. So James, who do you like in the middle group? Smeg Appliances, Rag and Famish, Noakes Sailing, perhaps, yeah, or Smeg?
Look, I think Smeg's just been unlucky to start this season. Bucko, I think they've got Mike McKenzie jumping in there today. Shore and Partners just there on screen. They got looks like Harry Bethwaite, is it? Standing out the front, out on the bow pole. Thinks he's on a yacht.
Harry Bethwaite and Sean Connor on that boat.
Yep.
Jim Colley.
But yeah, like I like the look of Smeg there, Bucko in that middle group. Like Cocko, Bridgie's back this week with his heavily strapped foot, so which is good to know. And there's it's a new way of sailing. I don't know what he's out there trying to do, but good effort.
Oh, he might just be fixing a little thing that retracts holds the tack line onto the centre line to stop it getting around the end of the pole. No.
Looks like doing a bungee up or something there. He's
Yeah,
got his hand on the wire.
It's a shock cord, yeah.
Yeah, no, like the wire to keep it. But
the Cowboys' work is never done, James, is it? Look at that. Oh, now we're going to have a little swim, are we? No. Going to go into irons by the look of it.
Just want that mark in the right spot, don't you?
Oh, they're just going to back up there, all right. Not bad at all, really.
Coming into their spot on the line.
They're a bit of luck there because the breeze actually softened again and down to about 8 knots where they are, and probably bits of 14 and even maybe some little spiky bits of 16 further up the track. So quite an interesting.
No, it looks like Shawnee out on the pole, mate.
Quite an
Harry
yeah,
there,
quite
Harry Barry on the
situation.
with the white sleeves.
So let's just talk about some other changes in the crews, James. Steering the winning group today, Mika Lane.
Yeah, spoke to Herman earlier, mate. He had a bit of an injury from it last week.
Is that what happened to them last week? Was it? I didn't realise.
And one of their big swims, copped it all down the left side, and he's having some physio and all bits and pieces. He thought he might be right for today, but just wasn't quite there. So Mika, suitable replacement.
Okay. On the Bird and Bear, Tommy Anderson steering.
Yeah, Tommy Ando's he's standing that. Tommy Clout moving into the middle, and Johnny in the bow. That's them just going across the screen as we speak.
And here they are on screen.
So.
Oh well, and we hear that he couldn't, in his own words, couldn't start a lawnmower last year when he was steering, and he's been out practicing in the laser fleet. So
that'll help him.
That'll help him. Yep, considerably. Famous name on the Noakes Blues, Sammy Monkhouse on the main sheet.
The Tagara Monkhouse family.
That's right. Winner of the Gildan in which year, James?
You asked me this last year, I can't remember, but I know Tagara means nor'easter is indigenous for nor'easter. There you go.
That's correct.
I know that much.
You've ducked the question, haven't you?
I gave you something, Bucko. Something's better than nothing. What year was it? Because I wasn't around.
I think it was 1962, but I would have to check, in fact.
Right. Very loaded question there, Bucko. You didn't even know the answer.
And the Lazarus Capital Partners sponsors are on the ferry today. Shout out to them. Yep. And also to our good mate, Phil Barnett, Gildan winner. His birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Cub.
Happy birthday, brother.
He's taken a bit of a backward step, though, the Cub. He's sailing a OK Dinghy in the state title. For some reason, decided to trapeze wire wasn't relevant anymore, and the mast didn't need any stays.
Oh, at least he's still getting out there, Bucko.
No, that's right. Good on him.
And the OK Dinghy's not exactly the easiest boat to sail.
No, but no doubt. Cub's about the right size and skill set, I would say. Keep that one going.
And mad enough.
And mad enough, yeah. Now, you need about 80 kilos to bend the mast enough. It wasn't high up my list of priorities.
No. And we've got Birkenhead Point Marina there in the winning group on screen with Yandu just in the left of screen. But Birkenhead Point Marina, hoping they can do something today. If young Timmy Westwood having a little bit of making a bit of a meal of it to start with, just obviously getting used to on the helm. He's no slouch of a sailor. There's our 5-minute gun.
And
Alex Chittenden that jumps on here with us occasionally. He's a permanent fixture on that boat too.
And Felix Develio in the bow. So
I don't think Felix is in the bow. I think that's a mistake from last week, and
who is in the bow? Not Felix.
not Felix.
Okay.
Ben, somebody, he was on Guido, the boat that won yesterday. Guido?
Guaylo, yeah.
Guido, yeah.
Okay, Ben, and sorry we don't have your name accurately recorded on the bow, evidently. Part of the crew of the little offshore race, TP52 winners yesterday. Guaylo, bit of a warm-up for the Hobart race. Next week, and that's a 90-mile race. Next week, the 180-mile Halverson Trophy, which goes to Cabbage Tree Island and back, and that is a qualifier for the Sydney Hobart for those of you interested in that.
And the other notable replacement, Bucko, is got Harry Price jumping in for Keegan.
Yep,
Keegan York.
on the back of the Finport, Harry Price steering, Matty Stender and Phil Marshall. And Harry had a bit of a wiggle of the wood last year, didn't he? But he doesn't have too much accumulated 18-footer experience.
I think today might suit him, especially getting up into Rose Bay where it's a little bit tricky. You know, he might be a surprise package for those playing at home.
Okay, so we're just inside 4 minutes, 3:30 in fact. And the line is...
Just creeping forward for you, Bucko. Big fella's down the pin with down there. Just there on screen, that's a drone shot from above the pin.
Yeah, I think that line, James, is going to favour the pin pretty significantly. I think we'll see a lot of boats down that end, and the suppression of the wind stops at about 400 metres away from the line by looking upwind.
Yep.
So I think first man out there, tide close to full and not much actual current. Ooh. Just inside 3 minutes with some work going on the Noakes Blue. Not sure what that's
Just
about.
up the top of the screen. Oh, just the spectator boats. I didn't think they realised how many there was when they jibed over just to go around the back of the camera cat, and there's quite a few spectator boats just sitting to our side, so we'll just back up, give them a little bit of room.
Pretty controlled looking uncapped size.
And that's how you, well,
So you get all the boats behind.
just there on the start boat.
Yeah. Just 1 minute 30 to go. Jimmy.
1 minute signal. Nice and long signal, that one.
Yep. So down to the leeward end, Noakes sailing, Rag and Famish winning group. Andu in the middle of the line, looking comfortable. A bunch at the top here. Smeg, Finport, Yandu, Tech 2. So viewers, and we still think that Tech 2 might win this race off the long mark. So strong was their performance last week.
Notably, Bucko, the guys down the pin all be
Hardly
shaping up
lane.
for a port out start.
Yeah, no, breeze bending left here as we speak.
Yep.
These guys at this end aren't going to come out of that too well. The winning group's going to win the pin, but they're early by a little bit. 5, winning group over. Everybody else clear in my view.
Very delayed recall. Obviously, the committee had a committee meeting.
They had a short meeting, and Winning Group would know they were over, so...
They don't appear to be going back at the moment.
No.
Or are they? No.
No, they're sailing on a wind still, okay. So Finport cleanly out of the middle of the line. Tech 2 not so good, but okay. Shaw and Partners leading from the left edge if we exclude Winning Group.
At this stage, we'll wait for official.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious from our vantage point, but
It was only one full boat length, wasn't it, James?
approximately.
Or boat
Might have been that finish mark that Davey O'Connor assisted last week. Might be the same one. It grows legs and swims around that checkered mark.
So Noakes red, hard left on the beat, not on screen. But big spread in the fleet now. Half the fleet on the starboard edge and a couple of boats out to the left. And looking at that, James, you would say Finport is leading. Yep, the boat's on the left in less pressure now.
And the Rag and Famish maybe just above them, Bucko, might be.
Yeah, that's the two sort of leaders, yep.
Yep.
So where we are now in the camera cut, just sort of in the middle of the fleet. Breeze around the 12 knot mark. Comfortable, every boat with their biggest rigs, big rig in. Comfortable day for the big sail, actually, now. So the weather model just was a bit anticipative of this fading wind. But it's now in line with what was predicted for about 4 o'clock, I think.
Yep, so that's pretty much so the whole fleet there. The only two that are further left or under that screen, or the bottom of that screen that you're seeing there now, is Noakes Sailing and Andu, and then actually Noakes Blue. So 3 of them not on screen there, but it's pretty much so the whole fleet as you can see them. Woody just getting to know a yacht there in the middle of the screen on the Andu.
Yeah. So a little bit of water flowing out this first lap, and it tends to favour the right edge. But big left-hand bend now, so...
Yeah,
Rag
Shaw and
Famish.
Partners, Rag and Famish and Winning Group. I still haven't had an official notification off the Star Committee, Bucko, but
Wow.
Shaw and Partners there just tacking. So they were putting their boat back together in the park this morning.
So Shaw and Partners in the top part of the fleet here, but sailing a pretty untidy angle to get back.
Just Smeg and Bird and Bear there on screen. So Bird and Bear, as I said, going to the nearest mark. Smeg just tacking to come to the left of the island by the looks of it, Bucko. They're going to the middle mark. Most of the fleet are standing to the right of Shark Island, yeah?
Yeah, which tends, well, not a course available to the long mark boats going to the, the boats going to the closest mark to the start line. A little bit of a complexity. So hard left hasn't paid, and Noakes paying full price for that option. Shaw and Partners digging into the easterly bend against the Nielsen Park shore here. They look pretty handy, James, to me, don't you think?
I think tough one to call, isn't it, Bucko? Like,
yeah.
Ben's a little left. These guys are on screen now. They're going to look famous. But I think the guys maybe from the other side of the island, looking at the angles that they have to keep tacking back on here, like Noakes just can't get back this way on screens, or just was on the previous screen, but we're sort of stuck in no man's here, so we might shoot around and go pick up the other guys while we've got the drone shot there.
So the way the right edge is unscrambled, Finport and Rugged Famish lead.
Yep. So I've got Tech 2, Finport, Rag and Famish, our leader on the water, Bucko. What mark are they going to? I think the blue, aren't they, the Rag and Famish?
Yeah, Anthony Young. Courtney Marr and Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete, the super firefighter.
That's right.
Finport having to duck the Rag there. So, very close between the Rag and Finport. Tech 2, as expected, would be right up here, and so's Winning Group just off screen to our right, but go have a bit of a look-see at the Rag. What do you reckon, Bucko?
Absolutely.
So we'll just get Jono, our camera guy, to come around to the left.
Picks here, little spectator cruising boat in the background there, and the Rag just lying over the top of the Cardinal on the southern side of Shark Island here. And
remember before they put that YA mark in, Bucko, and we used to use the Cardinal as a rounding mark.
No, that's right.
It's had its fair share of spinnakers on it, hasn't it?
I was going to say there's a lot of 3/4 ounce spinnaker cloth on the triangular indicators on the top, made out of very sharp sheet metal.
Yep.
So these guys are going to lead the race here, I think, James. Breeze in the left to some degree. Shore and Partners actually not going too bad either, but they're going to the white mark. So top 4 boats on the water. Winning Group and Finport going to the most distant mark. It looks as if Ragged Famish will get to the intermediate mark in front of them.
Where was Shore and Partners going? They're going in the blue as well, aren't they?
That's right, yep.
Yep.
So
the Rags just tacked on their lay.
Yep. And it sort of nearly overlapped with Winning Group, which might
go.
cause some
How
trouble.
far up you're just in the background, just there, people, you'll be able to just see the white marks. So there's still quite a fair bit of sailing to do for those on the white marks.
Yep. And the Rag and Famish well overstood.
Yeah.
By miles. So jib
probably just couldn't believe their luck, Bucko.
That's right. Pistol Pete having trouble getting the jib out of the cleat by the look of that. They're away though, so they're going to lead by 40 seconds or something like that. Wow, that's a big separation up to the white mark, isn't it? My goodness.
Yeah, I was just looking where the red mark is, Bucko. Bird and Bear going around it now, down there just to the left of screen.
So your money is safe with the bookie on that one, right?
What bookie? I don't know anything about a bookie.
You don't know anything about that. Fair enough.
So, Ilve just there on screen, having all sorts, trying to get a spinnaker up. Woody's around.
Let's get down on the Ilve, mate. It's going to go south. There they go. So everybody a bit surprised by the mark placement, and sort of as we anticipated, you could only approach the red mark, the mark closest to the start line from the eastern side of Shark Island. You couldn't come around.
Well, as you say, that just caught the Vintech out, just left a screen there.
Yep.
Just caught them out. They ended up reaching down to the mark, didn't they, Bucko?
So the Yandu leads on the water from...
Bird and Bear's leading, then Yandu.
Sorry.
Then
Bird and Bear,
the Rag
Yandu.
and Famish.
Rag.
Then Vintech.
Yep.
Ilby upside down. Next on water is No Sailing, Sean Langman, who had a cracker of a little yachting experience yesterday on Moneypenny. So we've got 2 boats in the tide at the moment. Bucko, you got Kitchen Maker, Caesarstone and Ilby, both on the riding lever.
And a major rotation of the wind to the east here, so that...
Yeah, look how much Birkenhead Point overstood, Bucko. They're just coming down to that mark now.
Clancy of the overlay to Timmy Westwood, okay.
Yeah.
Needs a new navigator.
So, Chits is blaming Alex for it already. And then you got Smeg. Well, they're just getting past the little boat, Ilby in the tide. Happy to be upright. The Smeg hot on the heels of Birkenhead Point Marina. Wahoney. We've got Lazarus. If we get Jono to come around to his right. Yeah, let's stay on the boats. Right. There's Lazarus group, and then you can see Appliance Online just having to give the spinnaker a little flog just to get over the top of a 420. Noakes Blue around the mark.
Yeah. Travelling here with Lazarus Capital Partners.
New sponsor to the club, Bucko.
Yep, indeed.
So welcome aboard, Lazarus.
Lachlan Steele, Jerome Watson, Matty Doyle in the bow. Matty, the son of famous sail-making entrepreneur Bob Fraser. One of the pioneers of laminate sails and laminate sailcloth in the world. So they're close to being on the ley line. The wind's bent that far around, and looking downwind. We're now big pan across the track, but
Birkenhead Point Marina and Smeg on screen there. The spread of the field is huge already, Bucko, with how far apart those top marks were.
Yeah, I don't know if the committee's done themselves any favours by insisting on that. But anyway, well,
Vintech might be close to the lead here, Bucko.
Still, our picks Bird and Bear out of that division. I don't see it being a good day for the scratch boats. Yep.
Getting terrible feedback in our headsets. Hopefully you're not getting that at home, viewers. But first around was Yandu, John Winning. Second around, Bird and Bear in the background there. Third around is going to be Vintech. Then your next around, Rag and Famish Hotel.
So a little win there to Rag and Famish in a sense that they're on the longer mark than the other leaders. So they're the best performing of the middle ranking group. Just Noakes group. sailing down there.
Smeg just coming in a little hot to the bottom mark there on screen.
Yeah, not a bad lay.
Noakes around, Noakes sailing.
So Noakes sailing did okay out of that extreme left-hand beat, didn't they?
Yeah, he's heading straight back out that way, Bucko.
Yeah, well, he's backing the rotation, which we had expected, but he's in some, what we'd sort of say, high right with pressure. So he's in, doesn't have much choice really. Can't really sail on port tack in that anyway. So.
Yep, Smeg just around there on screen, just next around. Next boat around will be Lazarus Capital Partners.
So a gate system in operation here at the leeward mark, folks. Around the port mark to port, facing their wind, or the starboard mark to starboard. These blokes rounding in a puff, having a little bit of trouble on the dial up.
He's a bit of that mainsail, Alex. That's the way.
Yeah, and remember where the ley line is at the top mark this time, please.
Next around, appliances online. Simon Noon, and then I think our next one will be Noakes Blue Yvette Heritage.
Yeah, Noakes Blue's been looking pretty shaky down the run for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, but Yvette had a little neck injury a couple of weeks ago, so first time back in the boat.
I just think that maybe that ferry that came through the fleet, Bucko, might have just zapped a little bit of the air out of everyone, just looking at Vintech and so forth over here as well.
Yeah, it's made a big hole. But
not very glamorous, is it? When the air gets sucked out of it, but here we go.
Yeah, conditions slightly different to last week, aren't they? So
very pleasant. I got shorts on, Bucko.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bit over-rigged, frankly, with the wet weather gear on. But anyway.
I did mention that to you.
But guess what, eh? Tech 2 now leads of the boats that went to the limit mark in front of Turin Partners.
In front of Finport too.
And Finport and Winning Group. So Winning Group break the start and counting from the back of the fleet in all reality here. Just we're watching Tech 2 just roll into the southern of the two marks and a nice rounding.
Just at the same time, Finport's going around the other mark.
Yep. So a bit of a tie
Turin
there.
Partners coming in.
Tech 2 not in great shape halfway up the beach, so they've done pretty well. Turin Partners coming in for the drop as well here. Winning Group really struggling in a lull upwind of them, directly upwind of Turin Partners. That's a pretty dismal run from them, isn't it, James?
Well, mate, as I said, like that ferry just zapped all the air out on everyone. Like it was, they might have just been a bigger victim of it than others.
Yeah, possibly.
There in the background, just behind Winning Group, is the kitchen maker, Caesar Stone, and just to the right, still with their spinnaker coming at the bottom mark, is Marcus on Andu. Feels good, the new spinnaker.
With a bit of an overlay as well.
Well, you know, no point doing things by halves, is there?
No, and I think both those boats have been on the riding lever, James, the kitchen maker and the Andu, so.
Yeah, the only other one that I did see, well, definitely we know the kitchen maker was. The only other one I did see on the riding lever was the boys on Ilvy.
Yep.
We might head on up and see if we can pick a leader from here.
So,
what do you reckon?
James, this beat looks like it's a business of finding the wind. You know, there's more wind on the right edge of the track now. The guys who've gone up the middle are in soft pressure.
Yeah, it just seems to have lifted off everywhere, hasn't it? Like
But big pressure right up on, have a look right up on the left, the Vintech in big left-hand air.
Yeah, I think the leaders, that's probably going to be the lead pack, isn't it? Vintech and Bird and Bear there, Bucko, because they're going to that shorter mark. So we'll
That's right.
Go and chase them up and say good day to them. And the only other boat to notice up there is Noakes Sailing. And Yandu was with that group. He's way over off Nelson Park at the moment, Bucko, so he could be the surprise boulder. He's on port, pointing above the marks at the moment, right?
With the gibberlies reaching in on the overlay at the present time. Amazing. this guy.
You've got Birkenhead Point Marina, Timmy Westwood there, part of Team Japan for Sail GP. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in the park too, Bucko. Always got a big smile on his face.
Yep.
So he sailed last year on Shore and Partners with Doz and Harry and wanted his own, have a go of his own boat. So that's him doing that with Alex, first year in the 18s. So we'll leave them there and we'll get Jono to come around to his right and we'll pick up Bird and Bear.
So they look like they're on the ley line as well.
Yep, and we've just got a seaplane coming in on the other side, so which is good.
What's on screen?
We've got Vintech there on screen. Just going through the Wallara starting area, Wallara Sailing Club starting area. There we go, Bird and Bear just weaving their way through some of the smaller boats, not necessarily younger people, but there's Yandu on the drone.
So Yandu, hard left, well up toward the ley line, but not on it. They had to crack sheets to get down around the corner at Nelson Park briefly. The breeze now where we are on the Camercat near Bird and Bear, between Yandu and Bird and Bear, back to regulation southeast at about 10 knots.
Ducking and weaving through some these boats as well. And there's a Bird and Bear on screen.
Yep.
Handy replacement, Tommy Anderson.
Yeah. You know, that's probably the best lineup, but, you know, Tommy Anderson on the stick and Tommy Cloud on the main sheet, his natural position. Johnny Walton in the bow, so fairly regular setup there. Looking pretty fast.
You just see the guys moving in and out with these as it's getting patchy up in here, Bucko.
Yeah, they've got a good lead here. Breeze down to about 7 knots, right where they are now. Not too far to go to the ley line for them, though.
Yeah. One advantage of not having to go all the way up to the white marks today, Bucko, we're saving about a couple of litres of fuel.
Yeah, they're about to have an intersection with a fin dinghy.
Almost from one end of Rose Bay to the other, aren't they?
Hollow log, not called a hollow log for nothing. Fin dinghy doing about 3 knots, the 18 doing about 9.
Yep.
I think pretty nice ley line, so they're going to lead here by 1 minute. And Yandu's going to be second. And the Rag and Famish possibly third.
So there's Bird and Bear.
We've got the clock on, a pretty simple job for them now, provided they don't run into anything.
Just on Rag and Famish, going to the blue mark.
Yeah,
Rag on screen. Yeah. We'll let the Bird and Bear just peer
Rag
off
and
down to the
Famish.
finish. We won't be able to get anywhere near them.
No, Rag and Famish just short of the lay, so
Yep.
2 more little tacks. Yandu now on the ley line here on the red mark. Little cruising boat between us and the mark and Yandu. But Yandu fully pressed up to the ley line.
Yep. So there's the Yandu on screen now. Picking its way through.
So 55-second lead to the Bird and Bear, and they will presumably finish in that order, barring incidents. So just 1.2 mile run to the finish, VMG run.
Rag and Famish. Oh. Go Burger. Well, Burger didn't even have a drink last night, he was telling me. I don't know how much to believe him, but said he had a quiet night. Rag and Famish around the mark, around the middle mark. Noakes and Smeg joining the party.
Wow, so Smeg sailed a pretty good beat, haven't they? The Rag should be able to get third from there also, but
You got Vintech coming to the closest mark, to the red mark bucket, but just get out of the way of the old Rag coming at us. You can sit down, Bucko, that helps.
bit of traffic, isn't there, up here in Rose Bay?
Yeah, well, when you stand up, I can't see through you. So,
and the Rag fairly comfortably in third there, so that's a good effort from those boys.
Vintech with a bit of a slow set. Noakes and Smeg there on screen from the drone shot, shooting down. Vintech finally got their spinnaker up.
Smeg's done a good job there though too, James, haven't they? They've found a nice path through all the other boats.
Yeah. For the viewers at home, around the middle mark, the blue mark, Lazarus Capital, just getting around there. And this could get interesting. You've got Birkenhead Point trying to get to him. Yep. Finport will be past him.
Yeah.
The two tacks might have been a better option there, don't you think, Bucko?
Better than tacking and stopping and starting and thinking about it and pinching and squeezing.
Now they've had to do it.
That's right, exactly. Yeah, even in a decent keel boat, you can only go one boat length straight upwind with the sails flapping.
Yeah. So get a little move on and wander on down and follow the pack here. But Bird and Bear with a massive win, Bucko.
Yep, Bird and Bear gone.
Yep.
Opening the champagne as we speak. So that'll do their confidence some good though, Jones. They've been a bit wobbly and be good. You know, Tommy Anderson, highly skilled sailor, but not a heap of stick time. So, you know, but that's a good, that looks like 2-minute win now.
Yeah, well, the other thing too that they've got, the chasing pack, they've got a Manly ferry coming from Circular Quay heading to Manly. That'll, I think he's trying to avoid them. Yeah, he's going to put a break in the fleet here. Just see. I think Yandu should get across him, but the rest of this chasing pack, unfortunately, they're stuck behind him.
And again, a big lull in the middle of the course here.
That breeze just lifts off right here, doesn't it?
Yeah, no,
really
the old story, cold air over hot water, it's never easy. And for the viewers, the Manly ferry, you know, is quite a couple of 100 feet long and goes about 16 knots. Makes a decent hole in the wind when it's like this. You know, with the path of the ferry straight across the racetrack. So Bird and Bear at the finish line now, pretty much. Yandu across the ferry. Noakes on screen. We're on the camera cat, we're just in front of the Noakes. And they've sailed a pretty good race, but beaten by the Rag and Famish.
We're going to have a fair old break in between races here, Bucko. How spread out they all are.
Yeah.
It's got the Noakes. Noakes there on screen.
And Noakes might have got slightly the better of them there. Not having to sail any dirty air and coming down with the next line of puff. So viewers, we're just having a little feedback problem here. I'm not sure if the sound's coming to you acceptably. And on screen, travelling with Rag who's in third place. two-minute win to the Burton Bear. Yandu will get second. Yandu just coming up to cross.
Yandu just need to jibe, don't they? Yandu to cross the line.
They read your mind, James. How about that?
Well, just wondering why you'd
No Uda?
do 2, extra minute of sailing.
Yeah, Vintek's done the right thing. Vintek's going to beat Rag and Famish here.
Just coming around. Woody's across on the Yandu. The Vintek on screen there now.
So
They'll be the last people on the podium. Well done, boys.
Some good sailing from the Vintek. They've snatched third from Rag and Famish, who saw glory and ran from it. And Smeg has also intercepted them. So Smeg on the from the middle marks, the blue marks. Good result for them, and as anticipated. So Rag spat it out there to get fifth, and Noakes Red will get sixth.
They're right up there.
Got the Rag and Famish next to Crossbucker, yep.
Yep. So the Vintek, Tommy Koenig, Alex Marinelli and Flynn Twomey. That's the first time they've been on the podium, I think, but a good last run from them.
Yeah, well, they came into the 18s this year in a baptism of fire, haven't they, Buggo? Like,
Well, that's right. It's
2 days of Armageddon with breeze and...
been howling and raining, and
there's
not too easy.
the Noakes, who's not on screen, just about to cross the finish line, got hit by a big one.
Breeze very volatile now. Looking upwind, there's a big hole in the middle of the harbour with only about 4 or 5 knots of wind in it. And Lazarus Capital Partners might sniffle down here for 6th, I think. Just hanging on to the back of a puff here. And Birkenhead Point out to the right in less pressure. And looking upwind, almost the full length of the beat behind, Tech 2, left marooned by fading pressure.
Need binoculars to see that far up, Bucko.
Sorry?
So we almost need binoculars to see them.
Yeah, indeed. So,
yeah. And again, there wouldn't have been much air right up there.
The Lazarus just needs a jibe, I think, here, don't they, James?
Well, same as previous discussions.
Yep. But I guess they can just sail, and they're covering off to some degree on Birkenhead Point, which is in the background towards the CBD. And just cruising to the finish, really, aren't they? Blokes have a lot of trouble today getting the ley lines right downwind. But the breeze is spiky and shifty and up and down, and quite a difficult day. And we're looking like the next race might start in perhaps 8 knots. And the Lazarus sailing parallel with the finishing line. So I don't know. Oh well.
No one else is going to be down this end of the line.
No.
Where are we going with the camera now? So, Lazarus just crossing the finish line. There they go. Next is going to be close between Birkenhead, Point Marina and Appliances Online, but I think you'd have to give it to Birkenhead Point from here at the moment, wouldn't you, Bucko?
No, I think Appliances will beat
Appliances now? It's like the Melbourne Cup, isn't it?
More pressure, yep.
Your turn, my turn. Yep, Appliances Online. There you go.
And just, yep. So, anyway, Birkenhead Point didn't deserve to do any better than that after overlaying the top mark today by a quarter of a mile. So, that'd be a bit disappointing for them.
Well, at least they know where it is now. And we'll just get
Yep.
to come around and pick up Who are we coming around to pick up? Mystery. There we go. Noakes Blue.
Noakes Blue's had a pretty untidy race.
And again, why haven't they not jibed for the line when you got the kitchen maker just to the left of screen there? They basically sailed the whole length of the line, Bucko, haven't they?
Well, and now they're trying to run square, which is fatal.
Pole back.
Yeah, no such thing, Jones.
Can't do that in the skiff anymore.
No, they're going to get there, but it's pretty untidy. It's pretty untidy.
And the kitchen maker, after having a swim, come home all right.
Yep. So, Jones, a couple of boats must have been over the line other than Winning Group by the sound of the committee. Winning Group just coming down now, but they would have surely known they were over. Surely.
Well, you always have faith that you got the timepiece correct. And
so out of the back markers, Winning Group first, but not.
It's a bit odd calling them back markers, isn't it? Because they got to, because of the three boys race. All these guys that are coming to the finish now, they're pretty much so on the longest beat. And how far do you reckon between the red and the white do you reckon that is, Bucko? Longest I've ever seen.
Well, looked like close to the thick end of 200 metres to me.
Yeah.
So the Winning Group DNF'd by the committee.
No hooter.
And Finport coming in next. Finport.
Nothing like a quiet day out in the harbour, is it, Bucko? Viewers might be able to hear it in the background. The boom box on the back of a boat about 150 metres away.
Amazing. Nice looking boat though, despite the boom box.
Let's throw the boom box off the back, right? Well, leave it on the jetty. Don't throw it off the back. Here we go. We've got Finport.
Finport is going to get there by one pole length from
Tech 2. Who else are we waiting on?
So
Shore and Partners we're waiting on. Andu and Ilvy.
Yep, Ilvy been on the fin a couple of times. Shore and Partners, I think just had a pretty bad beat. And Andu, no doubt, also had the swimming costume and flippers on.
A bit hard to run across the nets with the flippers on, though, Bucko, isn't it?
Saves time in the swim, though. You know, the flippers, So that's put a little bit of a ding in the point score lead that Tech 2 had. This is the last two races of the spring point score. I doubt it will phase them too much. They would have learned quite a bit about how to get up the beat. The game of find the wind, perhaps, rather than find the angle, because the extent of the puffs and lulls,
It's huge, isn't it?
about two-thirds of the race course now in lull and about 1/3 in puff, if you wanted to make a sort of a average estimate. And
weird day, isn't it? Bucko?
quite difficult. But as I said, cold air over hot water is never too comfy. So viewers, the committee will start the next race as soon as they can after the last boat finishes. The last boat being Ilvy, which is still another 6 or so minutes of sailing. Andu, second last, coming down toward the finish. Shore and Partners just finishing now, third last, counting from the back. So that was not a tidy effort from Shore and Partners, considering that they were in pretty good nick at the end of the first beat.
Yeah, they were, weren't they? The ones that I thought were most impressive there, obviously other than Bird and Bear and Yandu that we knew would probably be the leader of that pack, was the guys on Smeg. Bucko went to going to that middle mark, sailing quite well.
Yep, not bad at all.
I'm just wondering whether that's got something to do with that combination of Mikey McKenzie and Ricky Bridge, obviously old crew combination, whether that's got any difference to, you know, like, I know Trent's...
Yes.
You know, I know Trent's no slouch, but just whether that combination is gelling just
Yeah.
as well as what
Yeah.
Mikey and
Yeah. No, as you'd expect, mate.
and Ricky is.
The old established combo going okay.
Yeah. There's it, Andu just crossing the line behind Tech 2. And the only horse left out in the paddock is the Ilvy.
The mighty Ilvy bringing up the rear. They've been on the Findo, as we've noted, and they went in the tide with a shoot up, and it's never a quick process. So the winning group will have to restrain themselves on the next start, won't they, James? Or the blinkers will be put on.
They're only just over.
Only just by boat length.
Just looking in the back of the winning group, naughty boys.
Oh, well. Poor old Mika.
Post-payment flag just going up.
So the committee's put up an answering pennant to say next race soon.
Generally a minute, right, Buggo?
Yep. But they will finish the Ilvy and then get going, I think. So, and they've been very good, actually, over the last season and a half, haven't they? At minimum delay between the races. So,
Yeah. Just takes a bit of time, obviously, with the separation. These guys having a Ilvy having a swim. Not these guys, the guys there.
Yep.
Ilvy.
so a bit of a learning experience for the fleet there, that first race. Separation between the marks, the placement of the nearest mark being a little awkward. So a bit of a restriction on which side of the island boats can sail to go to the closer mark. But they would have learnt that. And tricky ley line from the left edge, breeze rotating.
At least if you are going to the red mark, Bucko, the closest one.
Yep.
Takes all the guessing out of it on which side of the...
I know, that's right. You don't have any choice.
Yeah.
So the conditions changing fairly dramatically. Air still cool though, so not hot enough to, we would think, for the rotation to go any further. Cold again where we are on the camera boat, just next to committee vessel. So the Ilvy ready to go again. So they probably have signals in 1 minute, we would think, or 45 seconds or something like that. And they haven't changed the course axis or length, same deal. 2 laps, windward leeward, 1.2 miles on the same bearing.
.15:30 the start of sequence.
Yep. So the crew's probably in the midst of resetting their rigs here now for downrange. Breeze now down below 10 on average. Full pressure.
For the viewers at home, I just had it confirmed the only boat that was over was the winning group. So
Nice work, James.
I don't like telling me during the race for some reason, but happily tell me after the race, which is
All good.
all their ways. It doesn't matter.
That's right. So AP down, and so 6 minutes to the start, second race. And so for the viewers, the boats have got quite good range of adaptability in the rig settings now. Side stay levers powered by some old-fashioned block and tackle.
No hydraulics allowed anymore.
Given them a full, probably 2 inches of side stay adjustment and some more manual adjustment to the lower diagonals as well, which control the lower mast span. But in essence, the major control is just backing off the rig tension on the cat shrouds, softening the head stay and deepening the mainsail in one action. Red flags up on the committee boot.
So there you have the, committee boat, us and the Royale with the Who's today's sponsors out on that, Bucko? That was the Lazarus Capital Partners, wasn't it?
That's correct. That is dead right. So race 2, folks. Race 2. So
you can jump online and buy your tickets to go out on the Royale.
Yep.
If you don't want to listen to us, you can go listen to lovely Olivia, who's giving commentary on there.
That's right. Olivia Price is on there.
Greg Kay. He's the dulcet tones of Greg Kay. He's been up in Queensland. He's normally the commentator on there. G'day, Greg. Know you'll be watching. Missing you down here, brother.
And Grigoriev, usually on the helm of the Yendies. We rigged her up yesterday, Greg, but didn't put to sea. But short of men, but also a bit long on pressure, flying 25. So we assembled it and then put it back in the shed. Ready for your return, brother, whenever you are.
Apparently there's a vacant spot. Bucko tried to rope me into it. I gave every excuse under the sun. Offered a few other older, wiser men.
Jimmy sniveled out of it, exactly. Anyway, we'll be on the water next week in the mighty Yendies historical skiff, and all good to go. Anyway, here we are inside 4 minutes. In fact, 3:20 approx as we speak. So they haven't shifted the pin mark. So, Jimmy, again, it's probably going to favour the lured end, but first man of the puff kind of wins. Is that not true?
Yeah, well, as you said, Bucko, the breeze has gone really, really patchy, hasn't it? Like it's the old adage of, what Brownie taught me many years ago, don't go where the wind ain't.
Yeah, not that easy. Easy to say here. Spiky little bits of wind interspersed with not much. The Manly ferry going towards Circular Quay now. So no dirty air coming for this start. The dirty air, the ferry about 500 metres upwind of the start line. The dirty air should have gone through by then, but it does make a decent hole. So
who do you like on this one, Bucko? Same again?
Same, yeah.
Keep the roll?
It won't change, no. It won't change. But, no handicap adjustment. But Tech 2, I think, might have learnt quite a bit that first race. And historically, they've been pretty good in this 8-knot stuff, haven't they? And Winning Group as well, for that matter. But Winning Group got to get the right side of the line. Now the wind now stronger at the committee boat end than the other end at the moment, I think. But the line bias, strongly in favour of the port end. So we'll probably see most of the fleet toward that end. Tech 2 lining up to go toward that end now. Minute 45 roughly. And you wouldn't be able to start with this fleet lined up on that length of line. Wouldn't expect there to be any space for a port tack.
Everyone seems to be lining up behind the camera caddy, Bucko, and there's a lovely Hey Jude in the background there.
Yeah, but the line's not 1 minute long, is it? So
no,
it's a little bit like 40 seconds at full speed if you could manage that. And
like down the pin end, see on the bottom of the screen, you've got Smeg, Shore and Partners, Rag and Famish are probably going to be our port, and Finport going to be our port hand starters down there, I dare say, Bucko.
Or trying to be. And Jack McCartney lined up with the bow pointed at the pin on Tech 2, saying, no, I will own this. And he's got probably a good control position there. He knows exactly how far time and distance he is to the pin, I think. Except if the breeze goes left, which he's now set up too low by the look of that.
Bit of yelling and screaming in the background.
Yeah, breeze has gone left down the pin, so the port tackers might escape here. Yeah, and Tech 2's set up too low and they're tacking already. Wow, how about that, Jones? Not
Incredible.
much wind. Good wind down actually at the pin itself. Tech 2's found a hole in the middle of the line with 10 seconds remaining.
Smeg's
over. Sorry, Smeg's not over. They're just above the line. Finport perfect from the port end in a puff. Gone. Shore and Partners second from that end. Tech 2 on port in the middle, got across the starboard tack is okay. Wow, interesting stuff.
Clear start by the committee, Bucko?
No, and beautiful start to the fin port.
Absolutely. Glamour start.
So,
So if you're watching at home, Keegan, that's how you do it, mate.
Well done. Harry Price, Matty Stenner and Phil Marshall. So the top 4 boats out of the line. Tech 2, Finport, Shaw and Partners, Ragged Famish, winning group in row B, Ilvy in row F, Yandu probably okay, mid-fleet. Next line of breeze coming from the left edge of the course looking up. Shaw and Partners probably will lead, I think, here, James.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, it just depends if it keeps bending. Just got to flip over, don't they?
Wow, it's just a game of pressure, I think, as we discussed. It's hard right now. Shaw and Partners might have to think about a little starboard hand. In the puff here, though. Who's that on screen?
Smeg and Shaw and Partners in the background with the rest of the fleet there in the background.
Yep.
Yeah, time to tack, isn't it, Bucko?
Yep. But Rag and Famish has the benefit of the correct edge of that little puff, so they lead the race. How about that? One puff, the difference between third and leading, more or less.
How many degrees do you reckon that swung? And like Shaw and Partners are now only just tacking, like the Rag's gone into that, Rag and Famish has gone into that sort of knocking pressure there.
Into the lull. Shaw and Partners coming at Rag and Famish. Rag just going to cross Shaw and Partners, and Rag going to duck out the back of the boat, not on the screen. Notes Bergenhead Point and Appliance Online in some east, so God knows. Big spread in the fleet again, Jones.
Massive, isn't it? But again, like if you're on the red marks, you're not going the other side of the island, are you?
Nope, absolutely no hope. So Tech 2 leads the guys going to the long mark, I think, here. Birkenhead Point a chance of the other guys going to one of the shorter marks.
Yep.
Wow. And Shaw and Partners
Strange
just crossing
old day.
in front here of Noakes. Not much wind though. Breeze down to about 6.
Harder to pick than a broken nose, isn't it, Bucko? Where to go, what to do.
I never had any trouble in it sick easterly, Jones, that I can recall anyway, you know. Conveniently erased from memory the days when you don't get the easterly right. Noakes, the boys' picture of concentration. A little bit too strapped though, the rig settings. Need to deepen up.
We put that in the minute book.
Yep. Birkenhead Point looks nicely powered up though, don't they? On screen.
Not too bad.
Looks good, looks good. Need to soften the side stage more if they can. And move forward in the boat. Wow, head stayed dead straight. Breeze here down to 5 knots. We're alongside Birkenhead Point. And the breeze has lifted off here almost completely. Next puff. First boat to the next puff is going to be... But they've got to wait a whole minute here, James. James is pointing at the Shaw and Partners. Absolutely glassed out.
Yeah. You got Smeg and Andu behind us as well.
Yeah, and Noakes
coming across here.
From the right edge in the puff.
He's got pressure just there in front of him.
Yep.
Just got to link that up with something else.
It's a long wait though, isn't it?
Mate,
here we go. On Noakes here, puff, 3 stringing, and the Shaw and Partners, they've just crossed Shaw and Partners to the left of screen here. They were down to no strings for a bit, and good puff on the left edge here. So this might win here, James, I think. Mate, you're doing the tactics. What do you say? What say you?
Me doing the tactics.
Yeah, that's a mistake, I know.
Come on.
Watch out, they're tacking, James. Beautiful tack on the face of a bit of east.
Yep, right thing to do.
Yep, beautiful work. Yeah, they could do with some more main depth, couldn't they?
Yeah, but like they're on the right side of this puff here. I think they'll come out of this pretty good.
No, they lead now.
Yeah, Yandu way off in the distance there on the other side of Point Piper, of the island there. Again, I'm sort of curious as to why Yandu would have gone that side, Bucko being on that shorter mark. There's more consistent pressure. Goes down there like Woody would know out of everyone, wouldn't he?
Yeah, and the tide's ebb, so, you know, it's a chance, but...
A big gamble though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if the breeze rotates, they're lifted, they're high left on the right-hand corner, you know, it's kind of strange. Anyway, let's see.
So there's Finport, and then there's Yandu just going to pop out behind the mainsail there.
Yeah. But all these boats now in quite good wind. So Shaw and Partners has suffered the most out of that lot. And they're coming back towards us. No sailing. Shawnee Langman, Ed Powers and Josh Perebski. Pretty good job. But looks like the guys that have gone hard left have found more pressure and more left hand. So they've emerged around the bow of these blokes. So Noakes Group has to tack back probably and go the other side of the island.
Yeah, you couldn't go the right of the island from here, could you?
He could.
Would you?
I'm glad I'm not the tactician today, mate. That big line of wind coming for them, so who knows? Same big puff that's picked up the guys on the right edge. I think they're going to tack back, yep.
Yep. We might duck over and catch up with the guys on the right of the island.
Yeah, I mean, historically, the right edge gets more wind. Which is what we're seeing now. The right edge in a little funnel that runs between the island and the Point Piper headland.
The Yandoos just got to clear the totem pole, basically, don't they?
That's right.
The cardinal mark.
So Finport leading the Division 1 boats, as it were.
Yep.
Attacking in good right-hand air and pressure. Travelling here with Yandu just towards the wharf at the top of Shark Island, at the southern corner of Shark.
Setting up for attack.
Setting up for attack. Good look at the ley line from where they are now.
Well, if the island wasn't in the way, they'd be on the ley line, probably. Okay.
Nearly would, yeah. But the breeze fairway left now, so it's not going to hurt them, I don't think. Finport leads from this edge.
Finport will just come into screen there from the right in a sec.
Looking through Yandu here.
There they are.
Finport just in shot.
But Yandu sailing bloody well. Like 11-minute handicap boat, I think Yandu is.
Well, that will get adjusted. I mean, they're slowly going to chip that away. With Fang Warren in the middle, they've been pretty solidly improved.
Yeah.
And ley line call for the totem pole.
Marginal.
Everybody's struggling now. The breeze hard left. And nobody emerging from the left edge, James, so...
No.
Problematic. You can do another little short tack to get to the ley line.
Yep, so the pole just there, that yellow and black pole for the viewers at home.
That's okay. He's good.
South.
Yep.
The south cardinal mark, get around that and shoot off over to that red mark in the background and deploy Spinnaker.
And Division 1 being led by Finport.
Yep.
Yandu cracked sheets into their shorter mark. Finport still got a minute of sailing to the top. So Yandu's going to lead here from hard right. Yandu's going to lead by, wow, a long way.
So, yeah, well, Bird and Bear, winner of the first race there, just on the other side of the island still, too. There's the mighty Yandu.
Burglary, James, has been committed.
And I think it was well timed on your run. Then here's the you got the chasing pack just here. If we get a bit wider on that shot if we can, you got Noakes, Andu, Smeg, Birkenhead Point, Vintech, Shore and Partners, all in this next pack.
The proverbial peloton, and Finport is around the most distant mark, probably second on the water. That's a good effort from them. So hard right paid, Jones, big time.
Yep.
The camera cat, where were we? We were just in the middle there somewhere, weren't we, mate?
We just went straight up the middle over the island, Bucko.
A couple of 100-horse Yamahas does wonders. Big pack here. Noakes Group going to be next to the short mark. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, Noakes Blue.
Then you got Noakes Blue, Birkenhead Point, Bird and Bear all going to this next red mark.
And they're just going to intercept on Finport, who's coming towards us from the limit mark.
Great effort by them.
Beautiful work.
Could be a bit of a problem here. Vintech meet Finport. The boys seen it and just sort of poked it up a little.
Yep.
So the Rag and Famish appliances online, they're all around. The kitchen makers around setting their chute.
Jimmy.
Winning Group in front of Tech 2. Head down with the bulk of the pack, I think, might be the go.
Kitchen Maker had a bad first race, went in the tide, setting the chute.
I thought they came back pretty strongly for middle marks. So
They did, yep.
that's the Kitchen Maker Caesar Stone there on your screen. Thanks for your continued love, Darren and the boys at the Kitchen Maker.
Yep. So that Finport with
Harry Price.
Harry Price has given the Tech 2 a bit of a touch up here. Both going to the long marks. Tech 2 with Winning Group about 1 minute behind Finport. But travelling here with
Smeg.
Smegler.
And Ilby just going around the mark there on the screen. Back here with the Winning Group and Tech 2. As you said, Bucko, interestingly, Finport launched on them. Like we've seen the last couple of weeks, no one been able to get close to Tech 2. So, mate, there's a slight little problem. That might be, is that Noakes? Bucko?
Yeah, Noakes with no rig.
Noakes with no rig. Is it? Yep. Bugger.
Yeah, Sean's had a bit of trouble, hasn't he? So Tech 2 in the chasing pack here, but as you'd expect, but they've got a big job to do to try and catch Finport.
Got a massive job to catch on to
Yep.
John, Fang and Bergs on the Yandu, that's for sure.
I think you could say race over, James.
Yeah.
Do you think? I think so. So this is a race here for kind of second, third, fourth. Noakes Blue, Birkenhead Point. And there's good pressure here for Noakes Blue. They're on the favoured jibe at the moment. The breeze.
Yep, definitely on the making jibe.
The making leg, as my old mate Peter Kurtz would say. Yvette Heritage, Sammy Monkhouse and James Turner. And they're just having a look at the ley line, but I think they'll keep sailing on starboard jibe. Pointed nearly straight at the bottom, not quite, but big pressure coming behind now, so breeze back up about 8, 10, 12, Kitchen Maker and Tech 2
Setting up for a jibe there now.
in the chasing pack. Yeah, and they're in the tide, are they? No, just.
Sort of, oh, we've got the old port starboard coming up with the kitchen maker.
Kitchen maker's going to make it easy for them and jibe, which they sort of need to do to get over to the finish. Sorry, to the bottom marks.
Bottom marks.
Pretty hot into the bottom mark. Finport's done a good job. They've laid in nicely, and they've actually caught. They've caught Yandu here, Jones. Yandu not very tidy lay line into the chord mark, looking downwind.
So Yandu comfortably around in the lead. Bird and Bear will be, I think, will be your second boat around, Bucko.
Yep, Bird and Bear in good
and then
condition.
Finport will be next.
Finport
Oh no,
might
Finport might do it next if they
Might
reckon
be.
I'll do a jibe drop.
Yeah, they'll do a jibe drop into the nearer mark. So drone shots from Bird and Bear trying to squeeze down, not good. Finport doing a drop jibe, not a jibe drop, but not very windy, so they can get away with that. And they've gone to they've selected that mark correctly in my view. So they're now second on the water.
Yep.
Good effort from there.
So yeah, Bird and Bear around there. Next around will be the kitchen maker, then Rag and Famish. Tech 2 done well coming down there, Bucko.
Yep, no, they came on the face of a puff, Tech 2. So Tech 2's inserted themselves back into the race here.
Yeah.
Very effectively too. They would now be second or third, I think. Nice rounding and clean, and got clean air, and they're in a puff. So, but they should tack, I think. Yep. Messy from some of the other people.
Bit of crunching carbon going on to the left of screen. We've got both cameras. So Birkenhead Point and Appliances Online tangled up.
Some polite advice being exchanged between those two boats.
Yep.
And
Appliances
Online.
Off screen we had Vintech winning group, Lazarus all go around the other mark.
What have we got here, Joe?
You've got Birkenhead Point just tacking out.
Yep. So they were very untidy with Appliances Online. So we've
Smeg and Andu on screen, and to the left of, just slightly to the left of shot there, you got Shaw and Partners screaming down. Look like they've overstood the mark a bit, Bucko.
yeah, you wouldn't think they could make it look that difficult, would you, James?
No, but it's so hard to pick. Like, you know, you sort of go, okay, we're somewhat on the lay, and then you get hit by the bullets. Like, they're just, as you alluded to, in between the races, Bucko, it's just such a big, you know, areas of no pressure, and then these little pockets of pressure just land.
Yeah, but I mean, you know that the downwind leg is biased to the starboard jibe. You should try and sail on the starboard jibe until it's clear you have to be on the other jibe.
Oh no! Oh no!
Shaw and Partners having a very untidy day.
Very, very untidy.
And to complete the untidiness, a little bath.
Barry Hathwaite, eh? The old Harry Bethwaite. So we'll come around and pick up Marcus Ashley Jones on the end.
And Marcus Camgunny and Geronimo Harrison had a pretty good week the week before last. But not having such a good day today. And Marcus has been terrific in light air back in history. So they didn't have a very good first beat though this race, and that's pretty much the yacht race, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, especially when it's only a 2-lapper and there's
Yep.
So there's Smeg in the background. So what's your take, Bucko? Left, right? We go right up the middle again. Do our trick.
Well, the right's paid so significantly on the first beat. I think you just got to, because there's just more wind on the right edge towards the top half of the beat there, doesn't matter what angle you sail, as long as you end up in that additional pressure on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Less pressure, you know, on the left edge, the windward shore of Rose Bay, and I think it's almost that simple.
So appliances online there, Simon Noon.
Tommy Grimes on the main sheet and Brandon Bynick in the bow. And they've sort of been getting a bit of consistency. They haven't seemed to have the ability to get out of the start line though.
No. Well, new crew, new boat. So it'll take them a little time just to get that gelling. And then and notably, Bucko, out of that leading group, the winning group are the only one going left. Just a kitchen maker here on screen with Tech 2 in the background.
Yeah,
Finport,
I mean,
Bird and Bear, Yandu. And
winning group was at the back of the peloton. I had to roll the dice a bit.
Yeah.
Travelling here with, you know, the place getters in view here. Yandu furthest right, going to still lead the race from Bird and Bear and Finport. Tech 2, Rag and Famish, kitchen maker, the next echelon, should I say. And Jimmy, let's get up here, have a look at the setup on Tech 2.
So Yandu just crossing Bird and Bear and just crossing Finport. So we will have a race on our hands for the lead with the Bird and Bear and Yandu being that close together. Just riding along here with the mighty Tech 2.
Let's get up close and personal here. All good. So they've deepened up considerably on the run by the look of that, Jones, yeah? They've got some headstay sag now, a little bit of outhaul off. Need more grunt if they could get it, so it wouldn't be bad to soften the outhaul some more.
Yep.
But
that's a good look inside the back of an 18-foot skiff there for everyone to know.
Lewis braked it, and he's a big solid lad in the bow.
Yep.
Just full pressure there.
And Yandu just tacking to go back and cover off there.
Yep.
Try and defend themselves.
Some pretty good quality burglary, though, by Tech 2, Jones, at the bottom there, yeah?
Absolutely, but, you know, the cruelty's about to happen for them up the top, Bucko.
Oh, no, that's all right. But they've caught back up at Finport, which looked unobtainable earlier in the day, didn't it? So Finport, this group here now in good pressure. A new line of wind hard left, and Finport should be on the attack immediately. Here they go.
As you said, they've got us on live on the boat.
Live.
Listening to you, Bucko.
That's right. So Finport now close to the lead here.
Looking very nice through the water, aren't they?
Well, and Harry Price be enjoying that.
Yep, close cross here with the Finport and the Bird and Bear.
Yep.
Advantage Finport there.
But again, Finport has to go to the longest mark, so it'll be a terrific job from them to get anywhere near the podium. Likewise, of course, for Tech 2, Bird and Bear and Yandu and Rag really the race for the handicap win. Tech 2 back in contention for fastest time in this race.
And Tech 2 actually, they're going through the water, I think probably the fastest at the moment.
Yeah, their setup looked good, didn't it?
Yeah.
Finport doesn't look too bad either, though. Typically the mainsail a little flatter than the other guys. Yandu in a good line on the lay line too, I'd suggest.
Yeah, and I think Finport now leads on the water.
Yep. But they've got a long slog up to the top.
Yep.
Bird and Bear leads on the water. Correction.
It's all changing.
Bird and Bear in a big bit of left against the shore of Shark Island. We're on Finport, just tacking hard
just
up against the corner at Potts Point. And a big line of wind coming from the corner of Rose Bay too. So let's see. No. Finport on screen with a taser. Kind of
winning group We'll get the camera right around to the right. Winning group have brained it over to the left.
So there we go. How wrong
Get
can
the
we
camera, keep coming around. Keep coming around to your right.
be? Amazing, isn't it? Fortune
Wow.
favours the brave. Big roll of the dice for winning group. Come with a big easterly.
Wowzers.
But Yandu will still lead on the water with Bird and Bear second. Winning group will be, by the look of that, third. Breeze lifted off on the right edge now. Snakes and ladders. The Finport, who was leading, has fallen down the snake.
So we're going to stay, I think, Bucko, on the fight for first between Bird and Bear and Yandu. So Bird and Bear can do a double.
Advantage Bird and Bear just squeezing up around the lead bow of winning group here. Oh, sorry, Yandu.
Yep.
And they're on. These guys are on the lay, so Bird and Bear will lead. If they can just execute smoothly, they should be able to defend that, I would think.
Yep. We'll stay with these guys all the way to down to the finish. It's going to be a race of race.
Yep.
And then we'll come back and we'll pick up the rest of the guys, because a lot of them have all got to go to the further marks.
Fang Warren won the race to the masthead and getting the shoot on. So on the Yandu.
Bit of a wine glass on the Bird and Bear.
Yep, not a good set on the Bird and Bear.
It's
Probably
out
won't
now.
phase them too much. Long way down, but Yandu rolls over the top. And a VMG running contest, eh?
Thoughts, Bucko?
Well, 1.2 mile VMG with the breeze lighter and lifted. So the breeze back in the right. Bird and Bear should jibe.
And another one that's watching the TV. There you go.
How about that, eh? Good jibe too. But not much wind. Not much wind.
Bit
not
of
much
yelling
wind.
and screaming there.
Yeah, no,
Yandu doing the same. Berger having a lay down in the middle of the boat through
Yep.
the jibe. Bit better of a jibe there on Yandu. Advantage
Yep.
probably back
But-
to Yandu
But
at the moment.
both boats in not much wind. Good puff coming around down the edge of the island here.
Just for the fans at home, Vintech is next around on the water, followed by the Kitchen Maker, and then the winning group is the lay of the land at the moment for positions.
So Bird and Bear's doing a bit of squandering here. They haven't even jibed their muscle over yet. And Yandu got into the puff first. How about that?
The Master and the Apprentice.
Advantage, Mr. Winning and Company. So
Have a look at the angle, Bucko, back here. The
Yep.
Vintech's just running down to
Yep.
join the party.
Yep. Just some bit of tough luck there for the Bird and Bear boys. But Yandu, John Winning, Jasper Warren, aka Fang, Mike Kennedy, and now they've run out of pressure, and the group nearer to the island is coming with new brews. Kitchen Maker not in bad shape either, James.
No, and they went around the middle mark, Bucko.
That's right.
So they did well. So the Vintech now coming into play big time in this, Bucko.
Yeah, just coming on the face of a new one here. I think Yandu will be the beneficiary here also with Vintech. Snakes and ladders, as we said.
Bird and Bear in the background there, just jibing to hopefully pick up what Vintech's in.
Yep. Vintech.
Vintech's actually got a little bit more pressure here.
Yep.
Could Vintech be?
In the most wind, find the wind. It's a game called Find the Wind.
They're
Wind.
currently pointing at the finish mark, aren't they?
Yep. Vintech torching past Yandu. Bird and Bear on the face of the same puff, coming back into it pretty hot. So Bird and Bear's got to sail as hot as they can here, and they will get second if Yandu's not careful. Can we have a pan round of that, Chits? Pan
Yeah,
left.
Pan left and pick up the fight here.
Vintech now clearly in front. Bird and Bear caught back up to Yandu on the same little puff that's given Vintech the kiss of life. Kitchen Maker about to go out the back of the puff, I think.
Just
Those guys are going to win, I think. Kitchen Maker into some very squirrely condition there.
Vintech still, I think. Vintech's across the front of Bird and Bear and Yandu.
Yeah. Hard to capture this. What's going on here, troops? The Kitchen Maker
Kitchen Maker rolling into that same.
just ran into a velocity header so severe that they've stopped.
Bit rushed.
Complete collapse. So really diabolically volatile wind here. Vintech's picked their way through it pretty well.
The feedback in these head cans is unbelievable, isn't it, Bucker?
Yeah, we've got some technical issues here for the viewers. A little bit of too much feedback in the can.
I'm only ever getting every second word.
Hope your sound at home's all right. So about 500 metres to sail. Vintech comfortably in front here. Bird and Bear second, Yandu third. Kitchen Maker also in the mix. Winning group. Noakes Blue coming down this edge. Not going too bad either. So Vintech James getting too tentative here.
So Bird and Bear knocking down there.
Yeah, Bird and Bear in puff. Breeze rotated slightly back to the right, looking upwind.
So I'm trying to cover them all here.
But Vintech keeping their cool.
Just got some waves to get through here, which won't be a problem.
Probably just one more job by the look of that. Good line of puff coming. Tech 2 committing a bit of burglary also from the back of the fleet. But just one more job. Should be easy enough for them. Not much wind, and they're into the puff now, so that'll probably seal the deal. Amazing.
It's going to be actually
you wouldn't believe
finish,
that
this
run
one.
unless you saw it with your own eyes, would you?
Sorry, Bucko. All I'm getting is rebound here.
You wouldn't believe that run unless you saw it with your own eyes.
Yeah. Oh, mate. There's Vintech.
I think
One
Bird and
drive to
Bear
get
might
there.
steal a bit from them here, actually, if they're not careful.
Yeah, Bird and Bear may sneak in underneath them here.
Bird and Bear in a puff. They pop
Yeah.
their mainsail across and get rolling. And Bird and Bear might... Oh, now they just ran in a velocity header like that as well. And by that we mean the boat's doing about 10, 12 knots and it runs into wind speed, which is about half what they've been running in. Chute just collapses, not much you can do except steer as carefully as you can. Vintech's going to hang on. Kitchen Maker making a big charge at the other end. But Vintech's going to get there. And they're just too tentative though, aren't they? But they've held on.
Vintech.
So Vintech wins from Kitchen Maker, Caesar
Kitchen
Stone.
Maker.
There
There you go, Bucko. Can't get it any better for you.
No, Bird and Bear will get third. And Birkenhead Point Marina snatching fourth. Winning group making a dive for it for fifth. And Yandu sixth. Amazing.
No. Finport.
Finford.
Then Yandu.
And Tech 2 nearly grabbing it too. So Tech 2 is at seventh. the Ragged Famish will be 8th, we think. Noakes Blue. Not a bad effort in the end there from Finport and Tech 2. Winning group, the best of the scratch markers.
Yeah, well, that was all going the left-hand side of the island, right?
That's right. And
next, who we got next? Appliances online.
a good
Then
jack. Yep.
going to have a tight one here with Lazarus, Noakes Blue.
Yep,
No, dead eat, you'd almost call that, wouldn't you, Bucko, for me?
just about.
And Smeg,
Not a real happy day on the Smeg.
no. The only, you got Andu and Ilvy still to come. And Shore Partners, maybe. Did we call them? No, we didn't call them.
No, they've turned invisible on us. So the other casualty, Noakes Sailing, mast lying in the water, so they've had some rigging failure. I can see...
Disappointing for Sean, isn't it?
Yep, I can see Andu Upwind going home, so they've retired.
Yeah.
Disappointing day for them. Ilvy still afloat and coming to the finish line. I don't think we'll wait around for them, though. We didn't
No,
bring...
they're a long, long way away. We'll need nav lights and a meal board out to us if we wait around much longer, Bucko.
That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, indeed.
And Shore Partners, I dare say, has gone home early.
I think that might be correct. Might be correct. So now a placid-looking Sydney Harbour. Breeze, as we noted on that last run, incredibly volatile, the sort of stuff you only get with cold wind over hot water.
It was insane, wasn't it?
And very difficult for the troops. Some good sailing, some terrific sailing.
Well, the guys on both Yandu and Bird and Bear would have had the victory speech. Well,
Just about,
Yandu, the first time down, they would have had the victory speech penciled.
just about written.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But well done to Vintech, new crew
Yeah,
to the
that's
the,
right.
the club, and get a bullet. Well done to them.
A good effort from them. Did confidence some good. Tom Koenig, Alex Marinelli and Flynn Twomey. Good effort. Plenty of action. Quite a bit of righting lever action today, despite the fairly low wind speed. But as we've noted in the past, this short course stuff puts a lot of pressure on the crew work, and handling and accuracy and precision are what wins the race. And you know, obviously good opportunities for the longer marked boats, the boats that were sailing to the shorter part of the course today, and that's, you know, how the racing's intended and designed to be. The handicaps are adjusted every week, so that the composition of those groups does change week to week to some degree. But
Just
good,
looking in the back of the start boat there.
yep, good challenge for the boats that have to sail at a longer mark. Keeps them improving, gives the the other boats a chance to be in the lead and to learn how to lead a race, which I think is pretty important.
You saying you're a fan of the three boys, are you, Bucko?
Not really. But it's got some, you know, it's got some
Merit.
Got some merit. So, Chits, we'll wrap that up, eh? So, viewers, I hope you've enjoyed that from Sydney Harbour today. Certainly more pleasant for us than the last few weeks. Thanks to everybody on the camera cat, on the Ronin. Jono, Annie catching the drone, James. Yep, Michael Chittenden, AeroMedia, and our overall sponsors, Winning
Group.
Appliances Online for the Camera Cat. I'm Andrew Buckland. Hope you can join us same time next week.